just to be clear, and the fact that they didn't bring some players doesn't mean they arrived with a weak teams. On this we have to be clear. So this is one of the best country for volleyball, and they have like 12, 14 players high level. So if they leave 5 or 6 players at home, they will bring anyway a very good team. And so if you consider, for example, this receiver they have, they have 4 receiver very high level. So if they leave 2 receiver home, they will bring other 2 high level and the same level. So for sure we have to expect a high level team, and for compete against them we have to do our best 100%. Of course, we have a small advantage, and we play home, and we are here for 2 weeks, and they just arrived yesterday. This is a small advantage, but we don't have to consider this like a big advantage. Then we have to go to the court and play well.
Is it important for the confidence of the team that they do well this weekend? Because we've got Asian Championships coming up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for us, this World League was, in some moment was very difficult. Some moment show us, the possibility to increase and develop our technical level. And of course, this is the last weekend, and we expect to have another step and get some more confidence and have some result that I think we deserve to have. Playing finally, in quiet condition and be less emotional than how much we were in Sydney, where we have so stressed by the emotion to play, in Sydney and first time with the big crowds. So I really expect that we can have better technical level, and then we are not so far for compete with them. Of course, we have to really fix we are really focused the result, because we never put the stress on the results, but of course the result is something important, and we don't have to forget about this.
Final question for you: are there players playing this weekend for a place maybe in the starting lineup for the Asian Championships, or do you know already who your best starting lineup is?
Yeah, more or less on this World League we make some experiment, but most of the time we show that we have some important players, and we try to combine the right relationship into the court. So we are working on it, but we still have a group of players that can play. We don't have 6 players, we can play with 9, 10 players, more or less the same level, and I think this is good if we want to be competitive on Asian Championship.
From weekend to weekend, we are playing better and better. So I'm more than satisfied how the things are developing.
Are you expecting Australia to be different this weekend than?
Well, yeah. Edgar wasn't in Serbia, and another middle wasn't playing. So for sure they will be more difficult to play. But as Nicola said, for me it's not important who is going to play. For me it's important that everyone who goes to the court gives 100% and wants to win. That's the mentality I want.
I think they, our boys, are pretty good in understanding the importance in every game for them. I've tried to speak to them individually and as a group, that it's not very often that, especially in my early ages of my career, that we were playing against 3 top teams in the world, or 3 of the top 10 teams in the world consistently. We were struggling for high-level matches when I started. So I think they do grasp the gravity of the situation, but also just to sort of help with everything in Australia, it'd be great to put on 2 great performances and obviously 2 wins in Melbourne Saturday and Sunday.
We can't change our position in this group, but we can make sure that we stay in the top group if we win both games, obviously, because Russia would then not be able to overtake us. Is that an important factor? Is that a determining factor for this weekend?
Well, 100%. If we can maintain that we keep a high level of competition for next year as well, especially leading into Rio, and for the future, and for the guys to continue their growth, it's something amazing. And to be brutally honest, Russia's the best. They were the Olympic champions, so to be have an opportunity to knock them out of the top 8 and then stay with us in the elite group of World League is something special in itself. Yes, we've had, a bit of an up and down tournament, but this is normal and then there are growing pains and, there are going to be setbacks, as Roberto said. But I think overall it's been a positive experience, and if we can maintain that sort of experience and that sort of exposure to the highest level for another year, I can't imagine where our team will be at.
And Roberto spoke about the depth of the Serbian team. I mean, if you cast our mind back to the first week against Italy, we all thought that we would go pretty well against them because they had a lot of big name players missing. Do you think we've learnt a lesson from that first weekend?
Italy and Serbia are very, very similar in that regard. Like, they can leave a few players at home. It's the same with Brazil. They can rotate their squad pretty well and still have a great team. Like, you look at the team they've brought, and four or five of the players that start playing the top leagues in the world in Italy and Poland in the top teams as well. So it's not like they've brought a B team or they've brought a youth team or anything. They've still brought a team that's well experienced and very, very well drilled and very, very good technically. So it's going to be a hard weekend for us, but I'm still hoping that we get a good result against that team, regardless of who shows up. Because ultimately, with our team at the moment, the most important thing is us playing each game as it is. It doesn't matter the 6 that's on the other court. We need to focus on how we are on our side of the court, and we need to get the result no matter who we're lining up against. The best 6 of Serbia, the second best 6, Iran, Qatar. It doesn't matter. Over the next sort of month, we just have to focus on getting the results and getting and performing well.
And what about this coach? How do you think he's going with his English?
No, he's good. He's good. He still throws out a little bit too much Polish in training with his Dawaj and Ujemis, and when he's really upset, he's swearing in Italian, which only a few boys can understand. But no, it's good. No, there's no language barrier with Robbie, that's for sure.
Okay, thanks, Tom.
Thanks.
Good man.
This for me first time to be in Australia. We have long trip. That's the the most difficult thing until now. Okay, for sure it will be nice. I hear that a lot of Serbian people will come to the game. I'm very happy because of that, and I think it will be nice to play here.
The pressure is off because you're already safe into Brazil.
Not so much. Maybe a little less, but we still have. We come here to win. This is our target. But okay, maybe not with big pressure, but with some target.
How impressed were you with your team with their win, with their performance against Italy last weekend?
Okay, we know the Italian team very good. A lot of our players play in Italy. Nicola was playing there and coach, so we know them very good. And it was not easy, but when you know someone very good, it's more easy to play.